A lot to be proud of, and it all happened so fast, like it's hard to appreciate in the moment.
That is Iowa native and Indiana Fever star, and now Time's 2024 Athlete of the Year, Caitlin Clark, looking back at a whirlwind year.
In a move that astonished the basketball world, Caitlin Clark, 22, picked up awards like candy, leaving several WNBA stars green with envy. However, this was not the reason she broke the internet.
I see are the bees that are being dramatic about Caitlin Clark. That's all I see. They try so long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the...
From Forbes' 100 Most Powerful Women to Time's Athlete of the Year, you won't believe who is leading the jealousy parade, and what they're doing will just astound you. Clark's trophy case is overflowing, but while many are applauding, others are making fun of him.
Time magazine recognizes the monster impact Clark had on basketball, saying good luck naming another athlete who altered the trajectory of their entire team sport within 5 months on the job.
Caitlin Clark has taken the basketball world by storm. She won awards like they were going out of style, including Athlete of the Year, Forbes 100 Most Influential Women, Forbes 30 Under 30, and, to top it all off, she is nominated for BBC Sportsperson of the Year. However, why is a 22-year-old rookie receiving so much recognition?
I first want to start with Time Magazine, Ari, and I think this is maybe the least surprising announcement of the year, that the Athlete of the Year for Time Magazine is Caitlin Clark.
When the entire globe turns to see this young lady on the court, it's Caitlin Clark. She's not just breaking records, she's shattering them. To be precise, 62 in the WNBA are not simply respectable stats, they are legendary.
There's only one that can do what Caitlin Clark did. Bring all those eyes. For pure basketball purists, there's nobody like her. Now, culturally, we can make an argument, but like on the court, what she did, and I don't know if you saw, Indiana Fever yesterday posted this clip of Caitlin, and the caption was just her accolades, and it took 5 minutes to read, and I'm like, girl, do you want to chill at all? She doesn't know.
Zero. And listen, I think this is probably the easiest decision to make.
However, Clark's influence extends beyond the stat sheet. She is revolutionizing the game in ways that nobody could have predicted. For example, when many claimed that women's basketball lacked excitement, Clark made them regret their statements. According to Clark, every game should be shown on television. I've been successful in converting a large number of individuals who had never watched women's sports, much less women's basketball, into fans.
We've never, ever seen somebody in this way capture an audience, capture a new audience, and be able to absolutely attribute real numbers and statistics to their popularity, right? Like 19 million people watching, and certainly watching the national championship.
What distinguishes Clark from other novices? The WNBA faced difficulties with attendance and viewership for years, and people were skeptical. They asked if one player could truly make a difference, and Clark simply responded with a resounding yes. It's not just her skill, it's her ability to make everyone around her better, and that's what has people wondering what's next for this basketball sensation.
We talk about ceilings a lot, but she created a new floor.
Yeah.
So now we're going to look back, even if it doesn't hit the numbers that it hit this season, the expectation is much higher. The interest is generally much higher. The investment is much higher.
Let's look at the numbers. Since Clark joined the league, attendance has increased dramatically, TV ratings have surged, and her popularity is boosting other players on teams as well. Expert analysis shows that everyone wants a piece of the WNBA action, with more fans, more coverage, and more opportunities for players. Clark is in charge of an astounding 26.5% of WNBA revenue, which is not only remarkable but also revolutionary, and her teammates are providing her with unwavering support. Not everyone is applauding Clark's contributions to the sport, but some people are feeling the heat of his spotlight and their reactions. Well, that's a whole other story.
We're bringing more and more fans to this league, people that have maybe never watched the WNBA before, and it kind of takes your breath away at points.
You would think that Caitlin Clark's fame would cause her to become isolated from her peers, but instead it has inspired a movement among her colleagues and old rivals, who are all supporting her. This is what is causing the WNBA to see a rise in unity. Let's begin with Clark's teammates from the Indiana Fever, who are praising her rather than merely rooting for her. Even veteran player Tammy Fagley has shown nothing but love for the young superstar, and all of them have expressed their admiration for Caitlyn's recent achievements. However, the support doesn't end at team boundaries. Lexi Hull couldn't contain her excitement as she gushed about Clark's impact on the game. Aaliyah Boston, another rising star, has been right there beside Clark, cheering her on at every turn. The dearest friend of Clark, her rock during this whirlwind of accomplishment, has been Kate Martin. Close companions Cameron Brink and Sabrina Ionescu have expressed their respect for Clark's accomplishments in public. Both Jade Jones and Gabby Marshall, NBA player Tyrese Haliburton's girlfriend, has even urged her to think into modeling. Arguably, the most unexpected display of support came from an unexpected source. The fact that Kim Key Angel Reese's old coach set aside any remaining animosity to commend Clark is evidence of his capacity to bring the basketball community together.
I can describe it firsthand, having played her 2 years in a row in the playoffs. She's a generational talent. She's a young lady that you just can't take your eyes off of when you watch her play. And I know all of Iowa is proud of her, as they should be. And when we played her in the playoffs this year, I said, thank goodness I don't have to see you anymore. And that's about as high a compliment as I could pay a young.
This support isn't just about Clark's abilities on the court. It's also about what she stands for in women's basketball. Her colleagues and peers see how her success is uplifting the sport as a whole, as evidenced by the crowded arenas, the soaring TV ratings, and the spike in merchandise sales. The unity surrounding Clark is transforming the WNBA's culture and fostering a more encouraging atmosphere where players applaud one another's accomplishments. Clark isn't just winning games, she's winning hearts and altering the game's terrain. This change may have a lasting impact on the league's standing and the chances for female athletes.
The amount of people that have showed up in the stadiums, from the viewership numbers to people really wanting to wear a WNBA player's jersey or buy their merch or whatever it is, or have their shoe. Just how it's evolved in such a short period of time, I think shows everyone, there is real opportunity here.
However, as with any ascent to fame, not everyone is celebrating, and although Clark is enjoying the radiance of broad support, other WNBA regions are throwing shadows. If you've watched this far and are enjoying the video, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We understand that watching this video takes up some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now let's get back to the action. The question is, who is feeling left out of the spotlight by Clark's spotlight, and how far will they go to regain some of that shine?
Wants to grow up and play in a league where you're targeted like that. How do you sit here and profess and demand that everyone take women's sports seriously when you can't even take it seriously enough to not act like a junior high queen on the court? It's stupid. That's so dumb. It looks like a soap opera.
While Caitlin Clark's spectacular ascension has fans and many players celebrating, some WNBA veterans aren't joining the party. Let's look into the unexpected pushback that's creating quite a stir. In the world of professional sports, success frequently breeds bitterness. Let's start with A'ja Wilson, who is a superstar in her own right, but her remarks in Time magazine raised more than a few eyebrows. Remember all that love we just talked about? Well, it turns out that not everyone is feeling so warm and fuzzy. Some established WNBA stars are throwing shade, and you won't believe how far they're going to reclaim the spotlight. Wilson stated,
A'ja Wilson is her name, quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is."
However, when the unmatched league approached Clark to join, sources close to Wilson revealed that she was offered more money than Clark and she declined. The interesting thing is that no one even questioned her about it, so she made sure to leak that information less than 24 hours after Clark declined to join, implying that she was attempting to steal someone's thunder. A'ja Wilson is the queen of delusion. She is unquestionably the queen of delusion, but Angel Reese, another rising star, is also feeling the heat. It seems that Reese isn't happy to let Clark have all the attention on the street because her virtual speaking fee unexpectedly matched Clark's rumored $100,000 price tag. We don't think this is possible. It's like watching a high-stakes game of anything you can do, I can do too.
Asia Wilson is the queen of the delusion. She's absolutely the queen of the delusion.
With all of this drama going on, you have to wonder how Clark is handling the criticism and pressure. She has the league's weight on her shoulders and is now receiving some serious side-eye from adults posing as high school students. But if her performance on the court is any indication, Clark is not allowing the haters to get to her just when you thought things couldn't get more heated. Enter in a contentious response to Clark's time as an NBA Player of the Year, Sheryl Swoopes, the WNBA legend, chose to enter the fray. She openly questioned the award's criteria, essentially saying, "What's the big deal?" Talking about a slam dunk of disdain.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
It resembles witnessing a genuine life on one side of the sports drama. You have Clark, for lack of a better phrase, breaking records and altering the game on the other. Feeling threatened, the WNBA divas tried everything from public put-downs to matching fines. The basketball community is unable to turn away from Clash of Titans.
Cheryl, I'll start with you. What's your reaction to Caitlin Clark winning Time Magazine Athlete of the Year?
I don't think I'm surprised. I'm curious to know who the other candidates were.
However, here's the thing. Despite the backhanded remarks and jealousy, despite all the drama as we move into the next chapter of this unfolding story, one thing is certain. The NBA has never seen anything like Caitlin Clark. She is not only changing the game on the court, but also upending the entire league dynamic, and whether her fellow players like it or not, they are all along for the ride. Clark's focus stays laser-sharp on the game, and she is not getting caught up in the off-court antics. Boy, is it speaking volumes.
Put Asia Wilson in there.
That was just basketball.
So that's what I'm saying. Was it just the performance on the court, or
it's global? It's like, I think it's everything.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark is at the WNBA Center, and the league is at a crossroads, although most people are unaware of this. Clark's real strength is in something far more innovative that is causing waves well beyond the basketball floor, not only in her jump shot or her performances that break records. Clark is going to have a huge impact on women's basketball for years to come. She is changing the game's entire landscape rather than just scoring points. The problem is that she must strike a balance between her own fame and the expansion of her team and the league as a whole.
I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and to continue to get in the gym and work on that every single day.
Well, Clark has a plan, and it's all about uplifting others. This emphasis on uplifting others is also changing the game off the court. Women's sports marketing is changing significantly, and Clark is at the forefront of it. Being named one of the 100 most powerful women in the world and appearing on Forbes 30 Under 30 list isn't just a win for her personally, it's a win for all women in sports. Clark is the first female basketball player to make it onto that prestigious Forbes list, which is crucial for drawing sponsorships and investment in women's sports generally. What comes next for Clark and the WNBA? The 2025 season is rapidly approaching, and on May 17, 2025, Clark's Indiana Fever will play Angel Reese's Chicago Sky in the season opener. It's expected to be a sellout, and everyone will be watching Clark as she continues to push the boundaries of women's basketball.
And one of the things that Caitlin once again pushed forward is saying, look, I know that my star power has come with a lot of benefits in such a short amount of time, specifically her rookie season. But I also don't want to negate the fact that there was a lot of work done for me to even get to this point, for the league to get to this point. And I'm just excited to be part of the crew that's going to help just continue to grow and move this league forward.
However, Clark's vision extends beyond a single season or even her own career. In her own words, "I'm just scratching the surface of what I can do and hopefully how I can change the world and impact people." As we look to the future, one thing is certain. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game. She's rewriting the entire playbook for women's sports. The real victory is a future where every young athlete can dream big, and as the new WNBA season draws near, All eyes are on Clark and the league she's helped transform.
Fans are absolutely incredible. It's the same when we go on the road. Like, there's so many people that are showing up in fever gear. It's really affecting, teams all across our league, which is a really great thing. And, really, I think we're just scratching the surface.
There is no denying Caitlin Clark's influence on women's basketball. Her outstanding performance has enthralled spectators and raised the bar for the sport. Clark's impact is not limited to beyond her own accomplishments. Clark is creating a new benchmark for upcoming generations of athletes. As the WNBA season draws near, there is a tangible sense of excitement surrounding her professional debut. This upcoming season looks to be a turning point for women's basketball, with Clark at the forefront of this transformation. The excitement surrounding Clark's WNBA career speaks to the wider implications of her success as she matures in the professional level, carrying with her the hopes and dreams of aspiring young players. Clark's presence has already increased interest in the league, drawing new fans and media attention. We are excited to see Clark's incredible journey continue as it serves as a potent reminder of the possibilities for development and success in women's sports. Tell us in the comments if you're enthusiastic, and make sure to subscribe and enable all notifications so you don't miss anything. We'll see you in the next one. Click the video on the screen.
So many records she broke, not only in college, not only her rookie season. So much has been accomplished for the Indiana Fever. They broke the WNBA home attendance for a single franchise. I believe the Mystics and the Fever game was the most viewed WNBA game ever in history, single game attendance. So just so many things have happened in such a short amount of time on the back of Caitlin Clark. But I love the fact that she's also given credit where credit is due, because as we know, that was a big conversation when she entered the league, and she said, look, there's enough love to go around, and if you're not a fan of Caitlin Clark, I don't see how you read this article and don't become one.